Now, many people may consider the Pawn Stars to be legends in the TV world, but what a lot of people fail to realize is they are actually a business first and foremost, rather than just being on a reality television show. So that means when they're in moments when they need to take advantage of a situation to make the most profit for their business, then you got to believe that they will. Now, items people bring into the pawn shop varies between the item's authenticity, rarity, and condition, and more usually than not, you have people that come to the pawn shop with no idea of the real value of the item that they bring in. Now, History Channel's reality television show Pawn Stars has been running for nearly a decade, and it's definitely been the network's biggest success by far. Now, the show is definitely produced by Left Field Productions and is filmed in Las Vegas, Nevada, where it highlights the daily activities at the world-famous Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Gold and Silver is a 24-hour family business opened in 1989 and originally operated by Richard Oldman Harrison, and is run by him and his son Rick Harrison and the rest of the crew. Now, this show gives viewers excitement by messing around with the idea of how much a product's value really is. And when we say viewers, we mean millions and millions of viewers that actually kind of tune in pretty often, week after week, in hopes of seeing something unique and amazing, as well as whether or not the Harrisons will make the right call when it comes to the value and authenticity of an item. Now, over the years, the show has definitely seen some incredible and rare items come through the door. Now, some turn out to be really good copies without any value, but more often than none, people walk in with items worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now, the items definitely can range between cars, guitars, silver, jewelry, coins, or autographs. But we're only going to point out a few of the most expensive Pawn Star deals. But in today's video, make sure you leave a like on it if you enjoy Pawn Stars, and also subscribe to the channel. Now, in another story, this guy's grandmother passed away and he was cleaning out her belongings and came to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop with a solid gold bar that he found hidden away in the box. Without actually knowing how much the gold bar was worth, he decided to take it to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop to find out more about it. Now, simply melting the gold bar down would have brought the man $24,000 alone, but however, after an expert confirmed that the gold bar was from a 1554 Spanish shipwreck in Texas, the value was immediately doubled from $24,000 to $48,000. The lucky man agreed to sell the solid gold bar to Rick Harrison for $35,000 and left both men happy with the transaction. Let's talk about a season 7 episode where Rick made a house call to check out a seller's 1932 Ford Roadster that seemed to be in near perfect condition. Now, the Ford Roadster was a Model B that was produced from 1932 to 1934 and was considered an updated version of the Model A. But his son and Rick himself realized how small the car was and that it would be nowhere near a vehicle that they would purchase for themselves or drive for themselves. It actually was the age of the car, on top of its perfect condition and only having 450 miles on the speedometer, that grabbed Rick's initial interest. But it was only after Vegas car custom legend Danny fell in love with the vehicle and it sparked Rick to make a deal. Now, after the seller gave him the best firm price of $70,000, Rick did what he always does in situations like this and started negotiating. Rick's initial offer was $65,000, but the owner was very unwilling to drop the price below $70,000. After a brief negotiation, they struck a deal for $68,250. Word around town was that the original versions of this guy's artwork had sold for $6 million. So the guy Paul decided not to take one but 4 of the original paintings to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop to see what type of deal he could actually get for the artwork. His initial offer was $8,000 a piece for a total of $32,000. But Rick quickly noticed the water damage on the artwork and warned the customer Paul that right off the bat the water damage was going to affect the value of the artwork. He proceeded to call in an expert to check out the paintings, who then confirmed the authenticity of the paintings, while also stating that the paintings were early work from the 1950s. He also stated that since the water damage was only on the edge of the artwork, it wasn't affecting the composition itself. It actually wasn't a big problem when it came to looking at the value of the artwork and selling it on the auction. Including the paintings could go for around $10,000 a piece at an auction, with 2 of them possibly selling for as much as $15,000. Now, based on the information Rick gathered and remembering commission fee that he would have to pay at an auction, he offered $24,000 for all 4 paintings, but Paul said that 2 of them could possibly go for $30,000 by themselves. So they did some pre-negotiation and they settled for a deal at $27,000, which actually left Paul happy because he really didn't expect to get that much for the paintings in the first place. And that's all we got for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content on the channel. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video as we said at the beginning, and make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we hope to see you in our next video.